Congrats to Belmont Abbey. I mean, they are. I've been saying it for a while now. I think they're. I mean, by far one of the best teams in this region. And I know they started out without Aldridge early. They dropped some games that they weren't supposed to, but they've been playing as well as anybody. I mean, lead the nation in offensive field goal percentage and 3-point field goal percentage. I mean, that's insane. So props to them. They spiked at the right time, and they've really gutted away down at the very end of the game. And I'm happy for Coach Fickey and those guys. And I just told them in the handshake line, I just want you guys to represent the region as well as we're going to try to, because I think the region's really, I think our league's really slept on in the region, and I think having two teams, I hated it came this way, but having two teams, I think we could, hopefully prove that this league's a great league.
Right out of the break, Spencer ended up drawing 4 fouls, I think, before the first media timeout. Was that the change in the locker room, is just powered in there as much as you can?
Well, you hope eventually he'll make a couple more free throws, but no, it was. I was really pleased. Overall, I was really pleased with our defense. I mean, you hold a team that's averaging over 100 points their last 13 games at 79. I mean, holding 35% from the floor. They shoot 53 and 43 from three. You hold them to 27. I mean, you can't ask for a better defensive game. So I told the guys in the locker room. I mean, I know this how it went down is not exactly what we wanted, but it's an incredible feat defensively to do what we did against those guys. Now, on the other end of that coin, obviously we had some guys that just couldn't get the ball in the hole. We've been riding Ratliff and Tyrell and Spencer and Dion for the most part all year, and they struggle to put the ball in the hole at times, and sometimes that happens. Obviously the rebound margin I would like to have been a little bit greater there. But overall, defensively, I was pretty happy. We just sometimes the ball doesn't go in, and it didn't tonight for 3 or 4 really good players that it's got in for all year.
Down the stretch, and this was a back and forth game throughout. That you kind of knew whoever was playing better down the stretch was probably going to win. So what made the difference there late in the game?
I think they went zone, which we were struggling offensively already, especially when we do a great job executing. We get the ball inside and then get a foul, but we come up empty on some of those possessions. And we know, as great as Spencer is, kind of his Achilles heel has been free throws, and that was tonight. But I think when Belmont Abbey went zone, I think it threw a little wrench in our offensive flow. But I thought we had some great opportunities with some open looks with those guys. We had a couple turnovers that weren't great. But I think them mixing up defenses like we were doing against them the whole game, which worked as well as you can see. I just thought that kind of threw our guys out of the flow offensively, and then started missing some shots. I mean, Tyrell missed some shots he usually makes, and Snipe was open from 3 a bunch, and I was really happy with our young guys. I mean, Nate and Bradley and Vontae, all 3 of them came in and played great. With Trent being out, played great minutes and really gave us a boost we needed. But like I told them in the locker room, we're going to ride or die with our seniors. They've won a lot of games here, and we're going to continue to do that. Hopefully in the NCAA tournament.
And you talked about the offensive struggles. It was back and forth the whole game, but it was little, spurts. It wasn't. You guys could never really sustain a big run to try to create some separation. You might get up by 4 or 5, but couldn't really take that to the next level all night.
Correct. Yeah, and I think that's 2 things. I think it's one. Usually there's like a dagger shot or something down the stretch that really pushes you out. I like you said. You kind of get that 4 or 5 point lead, and then we got a chance, whether it was with free throws or a shot, to kind of push that out again to a 3-possession game, and we just couldn't find a way to make that shot. And then offensively, our rebounding the basketball, they did a great job boxing out. So that hurts when you can't make the shot, and then you're coming up empty on the offensive rebound. So, like I said, I'm very proud with how our guys defended. We've got to, have a better rebound margin, but offensively it was tough at times. Whenever you have shots that have gone in yesterday, that's gone in all year, and they're coming up short, and you're not coming up with the offensive rebound.
And Spencer, would have been the tournament MVP if you guys had won. 2 very strong games here, and obviously I know that's what's expected out of him. But really backed up that Player of the Year award with an excellent tournament.
Yeah, he had a great tournament. I think even like 6 for 11, which is crazy. 6 for 11 is like below average for Spencer, which is nuts. But no, Spencer's a rock, and we know there's not a lot of bad with Spence. You know, you just got to kind of take what you're given with that, because he does so much. I mean, 5 blocks, two assists, 13 rebounds. I mean, you can't ask for more production out of a guy. You know, it's just you know, I think you can survive having him struggle from the free throw line like he did tonight if other guys are making shots. But when you have him struggling and then you have other guys that can't make shots, it's kind of your cornerstone players that are playing bulk of the minutes that aren't putting shots in the hole. No matter how hard you guard defensively, if you're coming up empty on that end, it does get frustrating. But I said, Spencer, I mean, we're going to, Deion, Spencer, Ratliff, and Kirk, we're going to ride them until we can't ride them anymore. And I know they're going to step up. I know they're going to learn from this, and we're going to improve as a team and find ways to get them the ball in stronger areas and hopefully improve and get better for the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, that's a good segue actually. So being in that locker room, you know, since the game ended, how are your guys, I'm sure, already using this as fuel motivation for next week?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough locker room because I think, you know, they're winners. They've won a lot, and I think they expected to come out and win tonight. And I think especially with the seniors, put a lot of, I wouldn't say pressure, but they know that they're the leaders of this team. So I think they're disappointed in themselves that they could have done more to accomplish that. But I told them, you know, we're really blessed to be in the situation we're in, because there's going to be only 64 teams playing as of tonight left in the entire United States. And I, you know, kind of told them a little story about the last team from Conference Carolinas that was able to do what we did in the regular season, and they getting upset in the conference tournament was the best thing for them because it refocused them for the NCAA tournament. So I said, I mean, you know, ride or die kind of situation with our seniors. We're going to ride those guys down the stretch, and I know they're going to step back, come out of this stronger and better and more focused than they've been all year.
What team was that you mentioned?
Mount Olive, 14-15.
And then
Last question again.
another thing for the NCAA, how does the close games the last couple days, how does that help prepare you for what you're going to face next week?
Well, I think, you know, when you win them, it's great. When you lose them, not so much. But
Yeah.
no, it's you know, I mean, this is March Madness. I mean, it's survive and advance. And you know, I said when we got up 5, and I thought that was heading our way, and I wasn't panicked. When we got down 5 with a couple minutes to go, I wasn't panicked because I felt like our team. I've got a lot of confidence in these guys finding ways to win games. So, I hope it's great practice and playing teams. I mean, there's no teams in the country that score it like Belmont and Abbey, so being able to defend them, I feel really good about defensively who we go up against next. We just got to get better offensively, being able to make shots and shore up some things there where we can continue to develop defensively, get that rebound margin where it needs to be, and then offensively get back to firing on all cylinders when we get the NCAA tournament.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.